All right, welcome back. We had a little bit of a technical error. My computer died, so we're just gonna pick up where well, not where we left off. Just start something new, actually. So, Matthew, you want to kick it off, though?
Yeah. Why do girls hate the idea of the boys?
So, okay. So first of all, we're not actually girls, so we can't actually speak for them. But this is just from our perspective, right?
What? Yeah, our perception of the boys.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. So first of all, we have to define what is the boy, right? So.
Bro, like your drinking buddies, the guys you would hang out with constantly. Dudes that you are like shameless towards.
Bronze sexuals. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I feel like the essence of the boys is sort of just an enigma because it's not something you can really explain. It's just sort of like your boys.
Yeah,
They're my homies.
It's literally like a paradox. Like you just can't explain it. Like you gotta be like in it to like. So like it's kind of like.
That's why they hate it.
Yeah,
I mean, they could be in it. Dwight Howard.
I feel like it's like more of like not a hate, but like they just don't like it because they kind of see that like we kind of have like a better relationship. And
I swear. Speaking of that, I swear, some dudes are better flirting with their buddies than they are with actual.
Oh yeah.
Like, I swear. I know you ain't it for sure, but like I said, me and Jacob probably are. Like honestly, me and Jacob probably flirt better with the boys than we actually do with the actual girls. Like it's so weird.
You ever notice like sometimes like with sorry, you were gonna say something?
Making fun of Nick.
No, with the girls, it's just like they have like their own perception with each other. It's sort of like the girls, they have their own thing. Like you ever notice, and there's these little details, like a girl doesn't want her other girl to like have her man be slept with, or like have her girl sleep with a man because they're not getting any.
Like I get what you mean, but like obviously no one would like to see their friend sleep with their girlfriend. Or, like,
No. Just like nah. There's like certain people where like if they're not getting any, they don't want their friends to get any.
I see what you mean. No, I don't think. I'd like to hope that none of us are here like that.
I feel like that's the thing that makes the boys better because like it's like we're selfless. Like yo, like
I think
bro,
you
got it. Like
Kinley did mention this. She's like some people like our group is different than what you guys see. You know, so I think that is something that's
member of that group. I can attest.
Yeah. Like, dude, if like Gustavo just told me like, yo, I just fucked that girl last night, I'll be like, yeah, that's what's up, bro.
We already had that where it's like you dap someone up if they fucked Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yeah, essentially, yeah.
But it's like, I feel like that the whole enigma. Okay, do you guys ever let anyone new into your group? Like to the boys? To the boys.
Yeah.
Not like as a friend, to the boys.
I was the new one.
Like, yeah.
I think everyone adds one person at some point, but there's always a limit between. Like you always have everyone's roles like clearly defined in it. You know what I mean?
I don't feel like there's not rules. It's just like.
No, but like there's always the smart one. There's always the really funny one. There's always the one that's like the stupid one. There's always the stupid one.
Yeah, like you normally just naturally put those.
There's the one that's respectable that you use as like the front man. Like that's the guy that you put out.
Yeah, the representative.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not too sure if I should call him out or like I don't think this is calling out, but like Jacinto with like his whole Asian group, like he's the representative. Everyone else is like their own little thing.
He's the representative.
Yeah, he really is. He honestly is.
He is.
He really is.
Wait, who?
Yeah.
Jax.
Oh yeah.
Jax. Yeah, he really is that representation of the whole group.
Yeah, that's literally what it
Holy
is.
shit, that's funny.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's working. It's working. Yeah, see, blue light.
But yeah, like that's what it is, and then like you got your own little like
Okay, so then are you guys the representation of your group? Like, would you consider yourself to be the one that, like, if you guys were all to talk about it, like, you would put this guy out? Like, would you be the one that you would be considered?
No. Well, you mean like with your guy friends or just all your friends?
Your guy friends, the boys. We're talking about the boys
I
here.
feel like I don't really have like the boys group.
You have the girls group.
I just
Bro, man, you're that one guy that like is like gay just to be gay, and then it's like you get into all the sleepovers and shit. I feel like you're that mean where it's like you got to that
Nick,
point.
that might just be your perception, man.
No, it is my perception, but it's like I'm not gonna lie. I did think for like just because of how
we
close
can
you
talk about that.
Yeah, do you want me to?
Yeah, sure.
Like I genuinely like I thought for the longest time that you were like I knew you had that girlfriend for ages, but like I still thought you were gay for some reason.
No,
So I thought you were like mixing into that group just because they thought you were gay or something.
You know who's someone I thought of that like too, but I want to call him out. Like
Oh yeah. But like I feel like there's just that feeling like you just connect with them so much better than like any of us could. You know, like you just do. And it's like it's something that's like you only see if it's a gay friend or if it's a boyfriend or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like we all naturally we put you into that second category.
No, a lot. For many years, people have had like a perception of me as like a homosexual guy.
Yeah, because the rings, like you literally fit into like almost every like stereotype.
No, this is a lot that goes into it. But I mean, I paint my nails, I wear clothes, feminine clothes, but it's just like a form of expression. Like
Yeah, like we get, like we fully get it. We understand, like yeah, we
I mean,
get
I'm
that.
not
But it's
trying
like
to,
we just thought it just because of how
No,
we perceived it.
and I know people think that.
Yeah.
It's like something I've known for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's never bothered me because I know who I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So long as you know who you are, like
Yeah.
like I'm accepting of you regardless. Like if you were actually gay and you're like secretly hiding it or something like that, I wouldn't care. Like
Yeah.
you're a ham, you know. But it's like I just genuinely thought that you were gay because I thought that was the only way that a dude got into that group is if they're gay and they know that there's no threat on any of them, or there's like, you know what I mean? Because there's always like, if there's like someone like Daniel, there's no way in hell he gets into that group. They all just be like, oh yo, he's a threat to all of us, you know?
Wait, what?
You know, because it's like they wouldn't let any of us in, but they'd let Cam in because it's like they have no threat of like, oh, he's
Nah,
gonna try
I
and
think
bone
it's
them or
just
something
Cam's
like that.
personality. I don't
That's
think
what I'm
that's-
saying.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's as much as personality as how he like throws himself out. No, I'm not like.
It's
talking
not
like,
throwing
yeah,
yourself
like,
out. It's
just
just
like
how you like
want to be
communicate with
perceived.
other
Yeah,
people.
like you
guess.
just don't care if you're perceived as
Yeah.
gay or not. You
Yeah.
don't.
That- Again, like with Jackson's group, that's how I felt like with them. Like I kind of felt like it was more so like what they present themselves. Like they were all like this urban typing looking group where they were just all aesthetic. But I never thought it was like really personality because like yeah, this is really calling them out. But like when I guess when I would hang out with them, they weren't like it was just really not as of what I was like hoping for. Cause when I used to ask to hang out with them, like I thought they were like this funny ass group. Seeing them how they were online, like on their Snapchat stories, like holy crap, that looks like a fun party. But like when I went to it, like wasn't that
It wasn't as what you expected.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can
no
get that.
disrespect to them. It's just like I don't know. I thought it was like exciting, a lot more exciting than I thought. But that's just how I am with my stuff. But yeah.
It kind of like goes to show, like I mean, like on it, like a couple weeks ago, I went to like one of those parties, like with Tyler and like Clay and all of them. Like I went to one of those. It was enormous, and I was like, holy shit! Like
Oh, I know.
Thing is,
what
like,
you're talking about.
there's like certain people like they don't have like on video it looks cool. And, like thing is, whenever you're there, it's not really like it's more like a.
It's a highlight.
It's like
reel.
it's almost like it's like a perception thing again. Like you don't really like see it. You see it differently. And I guess like that's the same thing. Like whenever Kinley was here, we were talking about it, like how like other groups perceive other groups, and like how I'm pretty sure a bunch of people think my group is stupid and like we do a bunch of stupid stuff.
we still think you're stupid
Oh,
even
yeah.
if we know you.
Yeah, but like the thing
Yeah.
is like we do talk about some really serious stuff, and like it's not really like a.
For sure.
I think that
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people that like I fit in exactly with the stereotype of what I've been given. Is like very inconsiderate, very
Obnoxious.
rude, very obnoxious. But like whenever it comes down to it, really awkward. You know, like I feel like I've really fit into that very well. I think like that's why I think I would never do anything at a party is because I would just be sitting there just doing nothing. Like the only one I've ever been to, everyone was literally coming down drunk, coming down high, or coming on the couch, and I was just sitting there watching a football game. You know, instead of hanging out with everyone, I was just sitting there. You know, it's like
It's
what
whatever
even-
your vibe.
Yeah, it's like it's just who I am. Like I don't know. It's just something that I feel like I fit right into that. You know, perfectly.
That's exactly what I mean. Like with Jackson's group, it's no disrespect to them. It's just like my vibe didn't match theirs. When I
Yeah,
was
you didn't think the reality didn't meet the expectation, and as such, even if it wasn't that bad, the reality it just wasn't what you wanted, and so you give you like a disappointing taste to it.
Yeah, and then like when I talked to them about it, like they were like, "Oh gosh, you're such an asshole. Like, is this how like you saw us this way?" And then like it was just this whole commotion about it. But yeah,
I mean, I get that. We fully get like I think we all understand that to an extent. What about you, Jacob? What would you like? What are your thoughts about like the groups and the perception and all that stuff?
I think it can, yeah. I think it really just matters on how you're looking at it. And like, it's much easier to be like outside looking in, you know, and then just be like, oh, that's how it is. But then
When you're actually
Like,
in it, it's different.
Yeah, and then when you experience it, you kind of start to realize that, oh, maybe it's not as broad as I thought it was. It's a little bit more complex and a little bit more building blocks to it than just like what I presumed.
For sure.
Mhm.
Everything's different from the outside.
All right.
I
Yeah,
got.
I'll ask a question.
I got
Oh, yeah, you gotta head out.
It's 4:50.
All right. See you, Gustavo.
All right.
Been
I'll
nice
see
to
you
have you,
later.
man.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
All
All
right.
right, Jacob, do you want to ask a question, or do you want me to ask a question? I'll ask a question actually. I'll
Yeah.
ask one of mine since I ask questions to evolve it. I don't ask questions to actually like say it. Okay, when were you guys most disappointed in yourself? In either how you handled a situation, how you talk to someone, or how you like just general, like you just look at yourself or something like that. You know what I mean? When were you guys most disappointed in yourself?
That's one I'll have to think about.
Yeah, I think this one is one that we're gonna have to think about him. Should I go and pause it? Oh, okay.
Nah.
No, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. That's easy. See you later, man. This period of like coming out from my last year of middle school, going into my freshman year, and then like halfway through my sophomore year. That was the most like disappointing period of my life as well. It was like the most progressive part of my life because that's where I was just everything I don't like in myself at all. Like it was just me fighting so many demons and trying to run away from them and just having so much issues and going into a deep state of depression and not knowing how to really
Handle it.
handle it. And again, like especially with the issues of like how my parents view that, like it was just like this period of my time where I hated it, but again, like when I look back at it, I love it because
It made you who you are.
yeah, it was just such a development process of like who I am and like being as a teenager, it's just like a practice of everything. Like when you're a teenager and you're out there, you're just like you're fucking practicing how to talk and like how to view things and like see things until like you're out there as an adult.
All right, what about you? I feel like me and you probably have like along the same lines, Jacob. Like with the most disappointed we've been in ourselves. I think like based on just what we've experienced, like with depression, how bad we took it with. I think me and you probably have the same. I think we both have the same point where it's like we took the next step. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I would say that like probably like I honestly agree with Matthew a little bit with like my freshman year being like probably like one of my most disappointing years, but also one of my most like important years. Cause like that's when like I went to the mental hospital. That's when like I almost like failed like 2 classes, even though like coming out of middle school I had like 80s and 90s and stuff. And like for the most part, I guess it was more just like it really was disappointing myself of like letting everyone down. Cause like that's probably like that's most people's fear. But
Just
like
to let people down.
yeah, but like I always felt like I needed to be there for people, like be a support. So then when I'm not like in the right mindset, I don't like that and I just get down on myself. So that happened a lot in freshman year. And like that's when like I used to like in math class, I used to like just put my head down and not even paying attention because I didn't think I could like do any of it. So I just like gave up. But then right after I got out of the mental hospital, tried to fix up all my grades and then made it to like sophomore year.
I
That's
think
when
that
I
was
started
probably
to get
yeah.
better.
I think
For
that was
sure.
probably like the you that like I've grown accustomed to now is the version of you that's the hardworking, determined. Might be a little bit on the blander side of things, but like yeah, you are you because of that. You know, I think for me, I think it's got to be the end of junior year and the beginning of senior year because I got senioritis. Holy hell, so soon. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
already
I just
know that.
I took a dip. I think after was it your class? Yeah, you were in my class, the English trials. After that, I just took a dip because I was just like I didn't have any passion for anything. Like not like in a depressing state where it's like I don't care about anyone or anything. It's just like I just didn't like anything anymore. So I had no depression or no passion anymore. You know. So obviously that's when I was most disappointed, and I think I'm still recovering from that. Like trying to get out of that zone and into like a zone that's like hardworking with you guys right now, hardworking and determined and just open. You know what I mean? So what about you, Cam? Had plenty of time to think over it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been disappointed in myself many times, but I guess if I had to choose one, it would be last year when I got in trouble at school and had to go to alternative school. I mean, it wasn't like something that I felt terrible about, but I mean, I was disappointed in the choices that I made and faced the consequences that those choices have.
I mean, didn't you have the highest GPA in annex history?
Yeah.
You had that
So that
best
was-
resume.
Yeah, that was like
We all win
that
sometimes.
was the cool part of it.
Yeah.
But
I still have it, I still have that picture. But continue.
yeah, I mean, that's about it. It's just like disappointing your parents is hard, but
We all win sometimes. That's still the greatest. It's still, I'll show it to you in case you forget.
I know what it is.
I think you remember.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of that one.
Uh,
I was
for those of
proud
you guys who
that.
can't see, it said it was on. Am I allowed to say
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
It was on Cam's Snapchat story, like whenever he was in annex. He said, "Was told this morning I had the best GPA in Klein annex history. We all win sometimes."
You gotta see the positives.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but like that's
so
just
I obviously didn't fit in there.
yeah, yeah, no crap. Yeah, like I'm 5.5 GPA in the middle of
Yeah.
annex.
Yeah, that was actually like pretty funny to find out. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was disappointing as a whole chapter in itself.
I mean, I remember I saw you on like the basketball. That was how I found out about that. I was like, I know you were in annex, but like, or you were like suspended or something.
Yeah.
But like, I remember I saw you on the basketball court that one day. That was the day I had like the worst damn cramp ever. You remember?
Basketball. Oh
Yeah.
At
I-
Mueller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I remember, yeah, because I saw him. I was like, is that Cam? I haven't seen this dude for like a month.
yeah, nobody had.
Yeah, and I see you just hooping middle of Mueller. All right, okay. So then when were you the most proud of your guys' self? Conversely. Like, when were you like, you looked at yourself and you're like, I fucking did it, you know?
I've been proud of myself my whole life. Dude.
That's a good response, and that's
Yeah,
pretty fair.
I mean,
I wouldn't say I've been proud of myself my whole life. I'd say that I've been proud of myself. You like whenever I finally like turn in an assignment or something like that, where it's like not like
the
finally,
little
like,
things.
yeah, like the little thing. Where like I'm doing the
Like
little
when
things
you
right.
close all
Oh,
the
yeah.
tabs after you just got finished, you're like, oh, that feels
Wait,
good.
you talking about like finishes
No,
and like
no.
that, or you?
No,
No,
homework.
Oh,
Bruh, dude, what do you-
I thought you were talking about like jacking off. It's like once you're done closing, you're like, oh yeah, that's that done.
I'm proud of myself.
I did it, guys.
Use that quote. We all win sometimes.
I made it through 20 tabs. We all win sometime. Oh, 3 hours. Oh my gosh. No, but like, I get what you mean now, but like, that's just what it sounded like. You were like, because you were like, oh. And I was like, that's like exactly like every dude's reaction after they've done that. Which I swear, like, I don't know if this just, like, you, after like, if you do it like 2 times in a day, you're like questioning yourself. And if you make it up to like 5, you're like praying to God that you're a better person the next day. I'm not saying like thinking like you'll be thinking of yourself. No, like if you do. I've only made it up to 3.
Wait, what are you talking about? Like,
Destroy December.
oh,
Bruh.
oh my
You've never
God.
participated?
No,
wait.
You know who? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to call him out because he's my friend. Carlos. You know who Carlos is?
Guzman?
Yes.
Guzman, bro.
He made it up to 12.
I know someone that made it up to 20.
Yeah, he made it up
Apparently
to 12.
you freaking like start bleeding at like
This was
11.
during school, so I mean, like,
I mean, you can always start like I remember I failed none of November like within 1 minute because I failed because I busted it like 1 minute into the day.
Yeah,
It was like
that's-
12 o'clock at night. Anyway, getting
that's
off
great,
that.
man.
All right, Jacob,
Please.
we're getting off that. That was a little bit weird. Sorry about everyone
So-
at home.
Yeah, so most proud moment. I guess honestly, like ever since like second semester of sophomore, I felt pretty good about myself for the most part. Because that's when I got in my first real relationship. That's where my grades reached a pretty good height.
That's when your balls drop.
Yeah, I guess, like, and that's when I started to realize that, like, I got to start carrying some more morals with me. Like, I sort of was, like, seeing that I was, like, telling people to do stuff, but then, like, I wasn't doing it, and I was being, like, really hypocritical, and I was like, all right, I need to straighten myself out. I need to, like, find some, like, morals that I can, like, stand behind every single day so that I can have that consistency. And, like, ever since then, like I have thrived off of consistency. Like I love consistency now in my life. And
Consistently freaking boring. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
well, you know, and like
I'm just trying to be like.
I am pretty boring, but
No, you're not boring. You're just not risk taking. If that makes sense. You're not like
yeah, I got you.
uberly outgoing. You're not boring. Like you can definitely have really good jokes.
Yeah, it's just I'm not very outgoing is the problem. And
Honestly, that's a problem.
I think that is a problem in certain scenarios. It's just not in the problem with the friend group.
yeah, and that's why I haven't beat myself up about it. Because like, you know, like I can like
Yeah, like
I
if
can
you're
go
doing a presentation,
crazy.
yeah,
I can go
yeah.
crazy with my friends and family and really let myself like and like here I can like talk and like be myself but yeah, consistency is really what had me. And also just being able to like go through all the things that I went through and be able to like reach, like especially last year, I lost a good friend 3.5 years, and then I lost my girlfriend 2 years.
Hang on. Your good friend, did he like die or did he
No,
just
no,
like
no,
he
no,
grew
no.
apart?
He was a DEW, the communist guy,
Oh.
who became like extremely political and like really rude about it, and like started essentially ostracizing all of us. And we were just like, okay, man, like, you know what? Like, we'll see you later, bro. Which was hard because like it was like he was, I guess, my first friend ever, but he just let like the politics take over everything about his life and just kind of just like, yeah, like we couldn't do anything or say anything without him like doing something about it. And then yeah, like that was when last year was when my girlfriend broke up with me, which was like sucks because it was almost past 2020. It was like the first week of December that happened. But I made it past, and we're friends now. Not like close friends, because like to be honest, I don't.
Mutually.
Yeah, like if she
Mutually broke up, but like
if she wants to like talk to me and see how I'm doing, I'm not gonna be like go away, because like I don't like holding grudges. That's kind of part of my consistency, is that like I try to forgive and forget for the most part.
It's essential.
I don't think that I forgive entirely, or I'll forgive, but I'll never forget. Like if someone does something that's gonna really like I don't know if you guys can disagree if you want. I don't think I get angry, like angry, like at all. I can get annoyed. Like I feel like that's something that I just do. But like if you get me angry, like if you say something that crosses the line, like about my family, like I won't like go that far into someone's family. Like so if someone has like a special ed like brother or sister, I won't call their whole family retarded or something like that. You know, like I won't do that because like there's certain lines that I just don't cross. But it's like if you do something on that level where you make fun of like something that's clearly gonna touch me, like in that way, no homo, or like I don't know if it sounded weird or not, but like you know what I mean? Like if you say something, I'm not gonna forget that ever, and I probably won't forgive it. You know, I've had like issues with friends. Like I won't. I'll try not to go that far. But like, okay, further deep question, right? Is there anyone that you like love, like not like family love, like a friend or like a different type? You know what I mean? So like not like a relationship love, but I guess a relationship love.
There's two different kinds of love. You know?
There's like the friendship, then there's the family, and then there's that one in between.
It's sexual.
Friendship and family.
I mean, I guess that could be considered in between, but like I'm thinking like you trust each other like to the death. You know what I mean? So do you guys believe love exists? Like true love, like
I don't really know what that.
not like sexual, but like soulmate love. Like that.
Oh no.
You don't believe that exists?
No.
Why not?
I mean, what power is that? What is the
It's something in between.
driving force behind that?
Let me ask
It is
you.
relationship at the end of the day, but it's like it's something that you don't have to be in a relationship like that to be happy. You know what I mean?
Is it because
That's just a bonus.
Yeah, is it because like you never felt it before, or is it that you truly just don't believe in it?
I don't know what love means. I don't
Yeah,
know
it
that-
is.
When people say
That's
that,
something
I don't
like
know what
this-
it means.
Okay, so let me try and put it in
Like
this
I
way.
tell people I love them, but I don't know what it means really.
So then why do you say it? If you don't, why not ask them what does love mean?
I just don't think you can quantify love.
I think it's something that you can't touch, but you can give a feeling towards. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for sure.
I feel like there's your group. I think that's friend, and then there's obviously family with your brother and your mother. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I didn't know if he was dead or not. I didn't want to go. No, he just didn't. Man, I was like, I didn't want to say if your dad was dead or something like that. And he's like, your dad loved him. It's like, bro, he's
Oh,
dead.
that's my dog.
I mean, yeah, dog. That's a different type. And then there's like the soulmate where it's like you just instantly click. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like a friend is that type, family is that type, pet is that type, and then there's the one that's like in between all of them. You know what I mean? It's the one that's like marriage love. Like that's
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I mean.
I get that. I just never really like there's not like a definition for the word.
That is true. There really isn't.
I mean, and if there is, I don't.
Okay, what did you find? A definition of Miriam. Read what that one says.
It means strong affection for another arising out of kinship or personal ties.
Yeah, then I have dozens of those.
And then there's another
That just
one.
makes you sound like such a fuckboy. I don't know.
There's another
I don't
one.
know. I know what you
Right.
mean, but like it just
Well, I mean,
does.
like friends.
Yeah, I know what you mean,
that's
but
the
like-
family.
That's for friends and family. The second one is attraction based on sexual desire.
Dozens of those.
See that we can definitely.
So you guys see what love is, clearly,
I
right?
mean, yeah, I think
If
me
that's
and,
what it means.
like Jacob, I think we had this talk in Euro, and it's like you could tell that it was different than like how I normally describe someone. Because like if I normally describe something, it would be just the basic features, but with her, it's like something that just I'll tell you after the podcast. But it's like it's something that like you can't put on, but it's like you just know that this is different. You know what I mean? Like you just get a feeling in your gut, in your heart, and in your mind that this is actually like different. You know, like this is not like an infatuation, or this isn't a crush, or this isn't like a friendship. This is something like completely different than what you've experienced. And I think that love can be like that, or with like Miss Ash, with me, it's like it's something that I'm not used to. It's like almost like a nanny sort of, because I've never had a nanny growing up with like another like motherly figure like that. You know what I mean? Like where a teacher is like genuinely, I feel like they truly do care of it, like on that level. Like they'll just give you a hug if you need something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And something that's like you can't quantify like a hug, or you can't quantify a message back of like I love you or something like that.
It's
You
kind
can
of
just like
air.
it's
Yeah.
something that you have to experience to understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that is love. I think if you experience it, you understand that it's real. Like maybe not not like it's sexual, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's like if you experience it, you understand it's real, and if you don't, then you're still a disbeliever until you get that.
Well, then to further on that question, is love a drug? Then is love sort of a drug?
Oh yeah, for sure. Love for sure is a drug, because if it wasn't, then you wouldn't need it. Everyone needs some sort of love in their life. If it wasn't a drug, then you wouldn't need it. You know.
But like the soulmate thing.
That one, I think
like-
that's something that like certain people don't need because they're just. I don't want to say built different, but just built different.
What does that mean? Like with there's a destiny for your.
Yeah, it's like you just find someone that perfectly fits you, your needs. Like
Yeah,
they make
but-
you happy regardless of what happens. It's unconditional. Like no matter what they say, you'll still love them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're not saying like you're born and this person's born and you're like
Your destiny's
destined
crossed. No, there's a
by
destiny.
fate is what I mean.
Like this. Here's how I look at that. Right. You're gonna find at least one in your life. Like there's no way that you don't find at least one. Because the percentage wise, like if you say 99.99% of the world hates me, that 0.001 or that 0.01, that's still I think it's 770,000 people that still love you. You know, like, and if you say 99% of that don't like me, that's still like what, like 700? There's like, you're gonna find a quantifiable, like there's a quantifiable number of people in the world that will love you, you know, or that you could love or something like that, you know? So it's like, to say that it's not out there is retarded. Like, no offense to everyone who has like a sibling or anything. Like, I don't mean to offend you in that way. To say it actually, I think the word retarded I shouldn't use. Naive, foolish, inconsiderate. I think it would be better words to describe to say it's not existing. Like, it exists in some shape or form. You just haven't found it yet. You need to know where to look, you know, or you need to get an experience to like, okay, this opened my eyes, you know. So I don't know. That one's kind of tough because you can't quantify it, like you said, but you can still explain it in some way. You just can't. Some people just can't understand it yet.
Yeah, and it's in people that it would be the last kind of person you would expect that they would have this abundant amount of love and affection towards another human being. That's why, like, I feel like love is really, really special, and it can be something that could take over you because there is a idea of becoming overly attached. And that's where like some things could rock you over. I had this transition of my time where I was always holding grudges. So like I didn't really like that so much, but I turned the notch way too hard, and now I have way too much affection and attachments towards certain people in my life. It's kind of hard to let go of things. So it's all a balance, in my opinion.
For sure.
What are your thoughts, Jacob? You've been kind of quiet during this.
Well, yeah, I think when it comes to the soulmate thing, you can match with like tons of different people, but I think in the end, and what a lot of people miss is that it's really about like the amount of work you put into trying to love that person, you know? Because like
Oh,
if you sort of just kind of like expect it to just be like all rainbows and sunshine, and you just kind of like drift along with the relationship, like you're gonna get into like an argument or two, and like you're gonna hate them or something, because you're not gonna be prepared for that like wall, because you've just set up this like vision of how it's just gonna be so great all the time. But because like especially like with like teenagers more, like they'll have like one or two arguments over text and they'll like break up, and it's like while yes, like it's, you know, it sucks when you have arguments. Trust me, I had plenty, but you gotta like work around it. And you gotta like compromise and like try to see each other's sides and just talk without swearing and yelling, you know, and like try to just, because like I think that, yeah, like love is definitely something you just feel.
Yeah,
You
can't
just
explain until
get
you
it, and you're
experience
just
it, yeah.
like, dang, that like I want to be with that person.
Okay.
Mhm.
I
But
know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, it's just like some people.
it's just different perspectives. Yeah,
definitions are
different
than
perspectives. Yeah.
others.
Yeah, like I literally just searched it up. It's aromantic. It's like people. It has nothing to do with sex. It just means you're not romantically attached with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Cam, do you want to ask your question?
Oh,
Your
yeah.
questions? Yeah, you
I'll
only
bring
ask
one up.
one.
Let me think. I've got some like shorter ones and then some longer ones.
Do a couple short and then.
Okay, one of mine is, what is the possible outcome of the craze of adolescent nicotine use, and should kids be scared?
I think kids should be scared in the fact that it could really mess up your life, like in terms financially for sure, and emotionally. If you get too attached to it, you might get stuck with a particular like niche or like group or whatever you want to describe it as. I think that people should be more worried about it. I don't think it's at a crisis stage because I think the numbers are actually going down, but it's like the ones who are really addicted to like heroin or something like that, they
Whoa.
like
That's
you know.
heroin and nicotine.
Yeah, I know, but like nicotine, it's like a gateway. You know what I mean? Like it opens up the possibilities in that
Not
way.
really.
I wouldn't go that far.
Not like you're like gonna try heroin because you have nicotine in your system, but it's like it might open up to, it's like beforehand you might not want to do it, but now because you do nicotine, it's like, all right, okay, maybe I might want to try this once,
Yeah, but
and then that one time turns into twice, into three times. You know what I mean?
these are
So it
the
opens
same-
it up.
Yeah, these are the same thoughts that people had about like marijuana. Now, like since marijuana is such a progressively used drug, everyone's okay with it. It's so friendly, but I feel like nicotine's sort of the same way. It's the same as if you would use it for, you know, doing that thing you do in the bathroom, you know, the 5 knuckle shuffle. That's the way how I see nicotine and all these drugs as well. You know, using that kind of stuff is also a drug. You just don't really kind of match it the same way. I see it the same way. It's a gateway if you really think about it, because you could watch some things and then holy crap, it opens up to a whole new what's it called?
Realm of possibilities.
Yeah, it opens the
Door.
a
Heavens.
Pandora's box. Opens the
Oh.
Pandora's box, and like it just unleashes everything.
yeah, you know, I agree with that. Like I like that analogy of like
Pandora's
like,
box.
well, yeah, and also just like, because I think drugs for the most part, like I don't do them. I'm never gonna do them. But if you do them, that's fine.
Does
I
it
think
change
it's-
your perception on someone?
I mean, I don't
No.
approve of it, but like it doesn't change who they are. to
One of
me.
my good friends, Reed, he smokes marijuana, and he's done LSD, and he's done like he smoked cigarettes and vaped before, and he's done all that. Like he's kind of like the party boy like of our group. Like he's had sex with like probably more than like 30 girls.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he just because he just like he goes after them. Like he's like a predator or something. That's the best way I can explain it. Like not like, you know, like
not like a
pedo, but like
Like-
he like when he like texts
Like a-
girls, he's so like I guess like fluent where like they'll just like fall for him or something, and then he'll just
suddenly
like
their panties drop.
yeah, like I don't know. He does something right. He's got something. I don't know, but like I wouldn't say it changes my perception. And like drugs in my life have always been a little bit more damaging than others. That's why I don't like them, because like my mom went through addiction, like with like crack and stuff like that. And that was really hard. But like she still smokes. Like she still smokes, and like yeah, like porn and like video games and stuff like that. Like that stuff can be
It's
worse,
it's a
and
drug
even
as well.
yeah, like that stuff you can get addicted to that stuff just as much as other things.
I just feel like it's just how the way society views it. It's just like nicotine is really not as bad as you seriously see forward for. It's just how the way society projects it. There's always like that fucking commercial, like this is what
Oh, that
cigarettes
shit was
do.
like the scariest shit ever. Like the monster coming out the cigarette pack. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the truth orange or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those fuckheads, like they first of all, I bet you they never tried a cigarette in their life or never done any of that. I get it. Some people don't like it because of their point of view of how cigarettes did them in their life, but it's just like I wouldn't curse on anyone just because they've done it.
I mean, I might like look at it and it's like, is this really like the if like a whole group is doing it, or if like one person that like I really like care about is doing it, I'm gonna be like, is this really a person I want to hang out with if they're doing this type of level? Like, am I gonna get roped into this somehow?
Well,
And I'll think about it. I mean, I'll still probably hang out with him, but like, I'll still like be a little bit more distant than I would be with you guys or something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, I know you kind of stone yourself, but
oh my,
but like, you know what I mean? I mean, but like, I don't hate you for that. I just feel like, really? Okay. I mean, your choice. You know, I'm not living your life. I'm not gonna try and live your life. Like the vaping thing. Like if
That's
someone
what
just,
I was really wanting to like asking you about.
if someone like straight up just pulls out a vape and then like offers it to me, then yeah, I'll like grab it from their hand, and just fucking chuck that thing. Like no regret. So it's like if you hate on me for that, go ahead. But like you were the one that asked me. You ran the risk, bro.
I think that's really wrong.
Like it's wrong to do, but like I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
You know?
but no, I think that's really wrong because I was talking to this one chick and she was asking me like, "Are you okay if I vape?" I'm like, I don't give a shit.
I
Like,
don't care if you vape. I just care if you like you want to rope me into it somehow.
No,
That's when I seriously
But
draw the
that's
line.
Nick. That's like a
Unwritten rule.
no. Offering something to someone, no matter what it is always kind.
You see, like that can be taken out of context, and the fact of saying offering to someone is always kind. So if you
Okay,
offer like someone a dead head, like a head or something like that's
But
not
you know
kind,
what
bro.
I mean, like if you're
Like I get what you
Hey.
mean. I know what you mean, but like at the
hey,
same
I
time,
have this if you want it.
no, but like I still wouldn't. I would
That's
like
just,
hate
like,
on it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
dude, it's sort of like, hey, I have water. Would
But
you
like-
like some?
Yeah.
the problem is like the difference with that is the fact that I'm very openly against it. So if you offer it, that's like kind of like I don't give a shit.
Like
There you
I
go.
guess, but like
Because it's like that's something like I'm really like upfront that like I won't drink or I won't do that because I've seen what it does to people like close in my life, and it's like this is not what I want to do with my life, and I'll tell them it's like if you do this shit in front of you, offered it to me, I'm not gonna accept that shit at all.
Yeah, but just don't be
You
so.
don't. Yeah, you don't have to.
yeah,
accept
like
it.
don't
That's the whole point.
yeah, don't be so like
But
yeah,
like if I
'cause,
told them that already and then they still offer that, yeah, hell yeah, I'm throwing that shit. It's like, dude, I just told you. I don't
like
wanna do
I
it.
guess if they're pushing you, sure, but like don't like destroy their stuff. Like
Yeah.
like the people are gonna respect you if you respect them. Like that's why like whenever people like offer me that stuff, because I've had it offered to me a couple of times before, I'm just like, no, I'm good, bro. Like,
That's
I just-
how it should be.
Like I don't like it. I don't do it. I personally believe that it's bad for you. But if you want to do it, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna say that you're a bad person and you're like weak or something. Because like man, I play video games like 4 to like 6 hours a day. I can't judge anyone for doing stuff like addiction wise. Like I play
You
video
play
games
4
all
to
the
6
time.
hours a beat. I get bored after 2 hours. What the hell?
It's mainly just for the friends.
I mean,
But
that's true. Yeah,
'cause,
because like whenever you're playing with friends, time goes quite fast. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like we've been
but-
here for what, an hour and a half? Yeah, hour and a half.
But yeah, like I think it's fine to not do drugs and to do drugs. And I think it's fine to be like, you know what, you do drugs. I don't know if I want to be too much friends with you, but I'm not gonna judge you or anything. I think it's fine to like pick who you want to hang out with, but you gotta be respectful with it. Like you can't be like, I don't want to hang out with you because you're a dirty junkie.
No,
You
but like
know,
I wouldn't
like,
do
you
that. I
gotta-
wouldn't throw your shit away because you probably paid for that like $80 for that. But like if I'm not close with you, then yeah, I'll do that shit. Like because it's like I'll make it apparent that like I just won't drink. Like I'll just say no. Like if it's offered to me more than once by the same person, then I'll do that. You know what I mean?
Well,
So like if it's the first time, I'll be kind of like, dude, I don't do this. You can do it. Do not involve me in this at all ever
Yeah.
again. and it will be like very upfront with it. But like if you just offer it like once, I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll give you a pass, but like I don't do this. The second time, it's like, okay, I don't care. You're getting that thing's getting yeeted. You know, like you offer, I already told you, you know. Or if it's like a close friend, then I'll just like, and like they know, and then they'll forget, and then they'll offer, then I'll give them a pass because they just know that that's just me. But it's like if someone is like I'm not particularly close friends with, and they continuously do this, it's like, bro, just go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like I've told you the story. It's like one of my friends. I grew distant from one of my friends because he kept offering me this stuff. I was like, dude, if you offer this shit me one more time ever again, I'm gonna chuck that shit into a pile of crap. And then so I did. Next time he offered it to me, I caught it from his hand, threw it into a pile of crap right out there into the cow field. Because it's like, dude, I've warned you so many times. Like, there's only so much you can do. And I stopped talking to him after that because he went like dumpster diving through all this crap to try and get it because he was so addicted to it. You know, like that's what I mean. Like, I've seen how far people. This man was willing to dive through a whole pile of cow shit to get his vape. Like, how down bad do you have to be with this stuff to have to do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess, but like if someone threw your phone and cow shit, you would go get it. Like if someone like threw something valuable to you, you'd go get it.
But like I
Like-
wouldn't
like
use
if
it for
you-
a bit. I would have to
you,
get
like-
rid of that mental
If
stigma.
you
of,
like threw
doing
this
it.
ring in cow shit, I'd go get it. Even though like this is the ring I got from my girlfriend and we're broken up, it still means something to
Yeah, I
me.
agree.
Like if something has value, you can't really say that it shouldn't have value to that person because well, you're not
But like
the
I'm not
judge,
going up
jury,
to you
and
and just shoving
executioner.
this thing in your face.
No,
over
no,
and
no,
Yeah,
over.
that's
and
not
like-
what I was asking with this question. I wanted to take it in the direction of like
I mean, we can take it in whatever direction you want,
and
bro.
then way long ago when cigarettes were new and people didn't know the effects of them. I mean, they were freely smoked. And then eventually people found out there were adverse effects and you could get lung cancer, throat cancer, gum disease, and all of these things. And research comes out. And then now you have e-cigarettes and vapes, which have only been around for 10 or so years. And there's not enough research or time that has passed by since these things have been available to people to know the effects that they have.
I think that
But
this is
kids
yeah.
still use them willingly, not knowing the effects.
I think
and
this-
I do it on my own. I mean, I'm an
Yeah.
everyday nicotine user. So I mean, my mom has asked me this question, so I wanted to put it on to other people and see what you guys
Yeah,
thought.
we can definitely take it. Look, okay, so I look at it the same way as I look at the current COVID vaccine. We don't know, even if it's perfectly effective, what effect is this thing going to have on us in 10 years, you know? Like, I think that people need to be aware of what they're putting in their body or what they're doing to themselves
For sure.
more in the fact that, like, you don't know how you're going to turn out right now. Like, you have a good idea, but you don't know. Something could change down the line. And this could be the thing that, like, throws you for, like, now, obviously, it could give you, like, radioactive superpowers or some shit because it, like, stays in your body for, like, 10 years or something like that, like a McDonald's cheeseburger. You know what I mean? Like, it could be like something like that, or it could be really, really bad, which is what the most likely case is, because the stuff that's been said that's been in it is absolutely like appalling. You know, like this is not something that you would normally put in your body.
No, people. I mean, I definitely know that it's not going to have a good effect, but
Yeah, but
it's
yeah.
like it's almost like the mirroring of the cigarette at its birth, and then e-cigarette now. We're in like the same time period where it was unknown what the effects were.
So then, what's going to come next after that? Is it going to be something?
I don't know,
another
but
version?
I just-
Is it like you're just going to shoot yourself up with, woo? We got everything up in here. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
it's just weird to think about like what are the possibilities. I mean, I've been vaping since I was 13, and it's like
Do you ever regret it?
no, I don't really regret anything.
That's the thing. Like that, I don't get it why some people would like just have this stigma where like I'm never ever gonna try drugs or I'm never ever gonna do this. Like there's like clear evidence and proven facts where it sometimes nurtures people and helps them get into a
For
better
sure.
state of their lives.
I don't know.
It's just
I have never personally experienced. I'm only going to give myself one pass with any sort of drugs or alcohol that's not like champagne on New Year's Eve or like whiskey and like eggnog or something like that. Like, like the only pass is like one brownie. One brownie. I'm going to give myself, because I remember my dad did it in college. And he said it was the most disgusting thing ever. It's like, I'm going to give myself one pass for that. That is the only time I'm ever going to try it. And it's going to be in a safe environment. You know what I mean? Like in front of my parents where they'll be able to stop me if it's like bad or something like that. If I have a battery. Because, you know, there are people with allergic reactions. Because like, so like vapes, that's another thing. People can have allergic reactions to that because of like what's in, like a specific chemical is in it. And it'll like, have splotches for the rest of their life, and they'll look like the freaking three-eyed fish from Simpsons or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll show you what I mean. But it's
I
like,
know what you mean, but like I just don't.
like
see the
people can
point.
like really affect their bodies in that, not like that extreme. Like that's extreme. But like, you know what I mean? Like